So what is that? What is this advisorcoach.com column that you have? What is this? What does that tell us?
Yeah. So firstly, Advisor Coach is a nice little website that you can check out. Really good for data, especially for mutual funds and various other indexes and things like that. So
Okay.
this is the data that I pulled up today, and yesterday. And what I've got here is basically different categories of mutual fund returns. Okay, so what
Okay.
Advisor Coach has done is it's taken, let's say, all equity large cap funds in India,
Okay.
and then told us from a 5-year historical and a 10-year historical perspective what the average return of all these mutual funds is. So in the whole universe of Indian large cap mutual funds, some have done
Yeah.
really well and some have done horribly. So what's the average return? Because ideally everyone wants to be in the best fund. So the best funds would do like above 9% on the large cap from a 10-year perspective. But then not everyone gets into the best funds, and you may, end up with a dud or maybe one that's just average. So the average is 7.32 10-year historical rate of return, and 5-year historical rate of return compounded annualized is 5.97. Now you can see the numbers for mid caps, small caps, and for debt as well. So
what I find surprising over here, Aditya, is we've covered the fact that equities invests in organizations, and debt actually invests in loans taken by organizations, and the debt is more secure than equity is, and so on and so forth. We've covered that in our previous videos. But then the rate of returns that are given over here seem to contradict the basic idea that since debt is more safe as an investment, the rate of return given in debt is lower than the rate of return given in equity, which is just throwing me off a little bit over here.
Yeah, and Gokul, that's a question that most people have. So there are a couple of reasons for this. One is in the way that these figures are calculated, and one has to do with just where we are historically in terms of the market cycle. So basically the way this is calculated is you take yesterday's price, take the 5-year prior price as your initial investment, and then you find out, well, how much has it grown? So just like I said, you had the stock that grew from 100 to 150. You found out what's the average growth in large caps.
Correct.
Right?
And then you annualize it as per 5 years.
Yeah. So now the reason that it's so low for 5 years is because the markets have just not moved all that much over the last 5 years. So check this out, Gokul. This is just the simple Nifty chart. Okay, for 5 years. And the Nifty 5 years ago was at about 8,200.
Okay.
And it's currently at about, let's call it 11,000.
11,000. So that's about 2,800 points above.
So if you take a look at the history of the Nifty from, this is what, 1999, you can see that there have been lots of rises and falls. But if you compare 5 years ago, which is approximately here, right? Approximately here.
To
here. And if you draw a straight line from here to where we are today, it comes out to it'll be about the same as what the large caps returns were. So, and just imagine this, Gokul. Now think of it this way. What if we had seen the returns at the bottom of the market in March 2020?
Okay, then it would have been even lower.
Yeah, it would have been almost 0%.
Correct.
If not negative.
Correct.
Right, from here to here.
So if we had checked this amount out can you just drag it back to what looks like a little bit more? Yeah. So if you checked it out on January 10th, 2020, are you suggesting that the rate of interest, if we had looked at it from that point on that day, 10th of January 2020, even in a large cap, the amount would have been much higher?
Yeah,
absolutely. Because the drop wouldn't have happened?
Absolutely. That's a great way of looking at it, Gokul.
If I compare 5 years back from then, that is about 10th January 2020, 10th January 2015, my average for the last 5 years would have been much higher than 5.97 as it is showing right now.
Yeah.
And is this what you call riding the downs? Because if we invested money when it is dropping, then the rate of interest that will show when the market picks up will be much higher for us particularly.
Absolutely. So what we want to do, Gokul, is we always want to buy the dips. As long-term investors who have a stake in equity markets, we always want to buy the dips, which means that as the market was falling here, you should have been buying. But if you do have money, you should always be getting in at different price points. And the reason, so typically people say then, what if I just waited for the bottom and bought it? But nobody knows what the damn bottom is before the bottom happens. So this is mutual fund data, right? And this is mutual fund regular data. That means it's the kind of funds that charge you a fee if you buy it through someone else, through a mutual fund distributor. So it's showing lower than what you would get in a direct mutual fund. So there are two ways you can buy a mutual fund in India, either direct or regular. So direct has a lower fee, which means that these returns would be a little higher. So a direct over here would be probably around 1% higher.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, 1 to 1.5% higher. It depends on the funds. Over here, in both places.